Yeah, we're back, and then a totally normal angle.
Yeah. Totally different position.
I'm like, we're all crouched down, and yeah, so that we could say hi. The screen had frozen while we were chit-chatting earlier, and so we are now back, and hopefully you guys can see us, because we were just getting to the part of your demo where you were going to do the class on
we were just at
this
the end.
bracelet.
Yeah.
So I'm going to switch us over to the bracelet cam, so we don't have to crouch like this anymore. And and I want you to show us what you did again with this.
I feel like we're like, psst, we have a secret.
We have a secret. Look, it's Kristen Fagan. Can you believe she's here? Oh my God, I'm so excited.
We're playing with beads. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so we finished our pattern here. Really super simple, very fun. I'm loving the pinks and the purpley colors together. Kind of match with this beautiful button I found. Do you sell this button, you think?
I believe we do. It's and it's that volcano kind of finish that you get out of the Czech Republic.
So cool. Yeah. So we're at the end where we're going to add our little loop on this side. And so I've got the crimp tube. It's a 2x2 millimeter crimp tube that I've strung right here, kind of scoot it down. So what I'm going to do now is just pick one of these strands, and I'm going to add the seed beads to that and then tuck that in. You know, I wonder if I left myself.
You didn't leave yourself enough room, girlfriend.
You know
so
what?
she's gonna have the world's tiniest loop.
I'm gonna have the world's tiniest loop. No,
Or,
I can
no,
show you. I can show you what you do if you've done what I've done.
Okay, cool. Yay.
Because
There is a fix, huh?
there is a fix. I'm gonna grab a third strand and I'm gonna stick it in here. And this way I can make that my loop strand. Because yeah, you know, sometimes
Sometimes you're laughing and giggling
and you don't measure and you just cut.
No, I'm so glad this has happened so I can learn this trick.
Yeah.
Because
so you can fit 3 strands of soft flex medium through the 2x2 crimp tube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this third strand, which is longer, and I'm going to tuck it in here.
But aren't you going to need a 4th pass to connect the other side of the loop?
Well, I'm going to probably end up doing 2 crimps.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll just double crimp it.
Gotcha.
Which, you know, I'm totally fine with. And you can add another bead, but if I add another bead, it'll probably be too big.
Right. And then you won't be able to wear home your bracelet that you made. That will be your remembrance of your trip to the warehouse.
That would be a fun way to add like a crimp and then another bead and then crimp again. But it might make it too big for me. So I might not be able to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and put 3 strands in here. So I've got that extra little
tail.
My little tail from this one, and then we'll cut these free, and then we'll just have this one that we put back in.
Cool, okay.
So again, I'm going to go ahead and squeeze, make that ravioli, turn it 90 degrees, put it back into that notch, squeeze it again, and then I do a little pump and squeeze, probably 3 times, 4 times, and look at that beauty.
Yeah. I'm just like sitting here in amazement at this trick, because like, how did I not know this? I've been in the jewelry industry for over 20 years, and you're sitting here teaching me something. Isn't that awesome?
I love that. See, this was meant to happen.
That's right. Well, and it also proves that you never finish learning.
Yes, that's
There's
so true.
always something new to learn, and that's one of the things I love about the jewelry industry and our bead industry is that there's always a new technique. Somebody's come up with a new tip. They do it something differently than you do.
Yeah.
And so I'm always absorbing everything that I can.
So now I've got a much longer strand to make my beautiful, and you know what, I might be able to get a seed bead in between just to
jazz it up a little bit.
Just to change it up, and so I have like another, I think that'll be nice.
Yeah.
You know,
totally.
and then I could put another crimp on.
And because you use that magical crimper, it just looks like you
Just
added
looks
a
like
silver
little
bead.
silver bead.
Yeah, and nobody knows that you goofed up and you had to put your crimps on.
And how would I possibly know that trick? I couldn't have done that before.
No.
I was like, Never fear.
I tell folks that it is my job to make the mistakes, so I know where they're going to screw up, so I can try to warn them off.
Exactly.
You guys think that we know like all the tricks? No, we've screwed up and we figured out how to fix it.
Exactly. Because the other option is restringing it all, and we're like, I don't want to do that.
No, we sure don't want to do that.
So now I'm just going to add a bunch of seed beads to this to figure out my loop. I added that crimp tube first, so I did one seed bead, a crimp tube. Now I'm going to add a bunch of seed beads till I get a loop that fits around my button, and then I put it back through here, and then I crimp there.
Excellent. I love this comment that Laura said. She says, I would have had a hard time using red with pink and purple, but you really made it work.
Oh, I love this combo.
It's definitely one that you guys know that I work with Chloe Minaj a lot, and this seems like it's very much a Chloe kind of color combo.
Oh, is it?
Chloe is known for very bold, vibrant colors, and we had her on, she did a presentation for us in my group on Facebook recently about how to be bold with color.
Cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it was really inspiring. And so where this palette might have scared me in the past,
right,
now I can look at it and see how fabulous it's going to be, and how fun. So I think it was really, sometimes you need permission to put colors together that society tells you, oh, that's not going to be a good color combo.
Right.
You know what? It can be gorgeous together.
Right. You just never know. And a lot of times, guys, it's just beads, right?
Right.
Play with it.
What's the worst that can happen? You don't like it, you cut it up, and you do something else with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not ruining the beads.
Right. And because we work with accessories, I do take a lot of fun inspiration from my closet. Like, I have a very colorful closet.
What a shock.
And so I didn't always, but I'm totally a thrifter. I love to shop at thrift stores.
Yeah.
And I think it allows me to be bolder with my choices because I'm not spending very much. Mm-hmm. And if I don't like something after, a little time, I don't feel so bad being like, you know what, let's just donate that back.
Right.
So I joke that sometimes I go thrifting and my question to myself is like, is this cool or is this crazy?
I love that.
Cool or crazy? There's a very fine line. But it's a good place to get some weird, fun color combinations and patterns of your clothing that you pick up and
for
stuff
sure
too.
Yeah. Well, and I think that your boldness in combining colors is you have this artist background, and so you have a more clear eye of how many different colors it takes to create what we see in our worlds.
Right.
Like there's all sorts of shading and variation and that kind of thing. So I love that.
I think I did pretty good. What do you think?
I think you did too.
You think I'm good there?
Yeah, because my thing with a loop is I always want it to be just have a little bit of resistance.
Yeah, that's basically where I'm at.
Because that way it's not going to just accidentally come off. You just
Right.
want that little bit of resistance is my rule of thumb.
Right. And I will say when you crimp this, it will tighten it just a smidge.
Okay.
So just be aware of that. And you also just got to be careful with the magical crimper that you don't break your seed beads.
Your seed beads, yeah.
Because it does happen. Because the magical crimper is a little bit wider than some other tools. So,
Gotcha.
I try not to, but sometimes I do break my seed beads.
So can you walk us through the magical crimper thing again? Because we did
Yes.
have somebody who was asking if you could go, over it again.
Sure. Let me flatten that out a little bit. Okay, so the magical crimper tool has one notch. It's a half circle on each side. So you've got a little half circle on that side, a half circle on that side. So what you want to do is you want to get your 2x2 crimp in the center of that half circle. And you have to use a 2x2 crimp tube. That is the size.
Right. Yeah.
So
and that's what I recommend anyway for
Yeah.
crimps. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, since I want to be thoughtful of my seed beads, is I've got it loosely in there. I've got my crimp tube inside.
You can't even see the crimp tube on either side. It's all completely enclosed in the pliers.
Flush on both sides.
Yep.
But I haven't squeezed it, so I can still move it.
Ah.
So I can move it.
So now you positioned it so that
Now
you're
I
not,
position
that
it.
you're not accidentally going to crush one of the seed beads.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So now I can position it closer to this seed bead, and then I was able to pull on this tail a little bit so that I could cinch those seed beads in, and everything's on the outside of the tool, and hopefully I will not crush anybody.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and give it a firm handshake squeeze, and you're going to see a ravioli, we call it, and where all four corners are pinched. That's how you know you had it nice and centered. If you don't have all four corners pinched, you can still salvage it a little bit, but that is your key that you might have been a little off center.
Gotcha.
So that's the thing you need to practice, is you want to make sure you get that crimp tube centered right in the notch, so that when you crimp it that first time, you get all the four corners pinched. Then you're going to turn it 90 degrees, and you're going to place it back into that notch again. And again, you want to be in the center, because at this point, if you're not centered, you can mangle your crimp.
Gotcha.
And so sometimes this is the spot where it happens, you know? So you want to make sure it's centered again, and you want to practice, because there is a feel to it. I can feel when I'm off kilter because I've done it enough times.
Right.
So the practice really helps you to feel like, okay, yeah, I'm not centered.
So it makes sense, like when you get one of these, order yourself some extra crimps and just take a piece of wire, just, do crimps all the way down and work on it.
Yeah.
Until you kind of get the feel.
Tip, if you, do you carry our crimps? I'm not sure.
No.
No. So if we do have,
You've got good quality crimps.
we do have really good quality crimps over at Softlex Company. I don't know what I'm using now, but these are really great too.
Those are sterling silver ones.
So they're sterling silver.
Yeah.
We also have some really good copper ones, which have a little bit thicker of a diameter in the inside, and they're kind of a little easier if you're a beginner.
Okay, gotcha.
For this tool.
Good to know.
So,
well, I guess I'll be adding Softlex crimps.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, no, totally.
But yeah, so if you want to try with the copper first to get a feel for it, that's kind of a good beginner metal, I think.
Yeah.
Because it feels a little differently, and I don't know, it just works a little differently, and then when you get to the softer sterling, you've got a handle on how it feels.
Gotcha. Cool.
So now I did it 90 degrees, I gave it another squeeze, and then I like to roll it a few more times. I'm rolling my crimp. I'm rolling it in that little half circle.
So you're not necessarily trying to, crimp anything down. At that point, everything's crimped down. You're just kind of forming it. Okay.
Yeah. So now I'm trying to make it look a little prettier, and it's a little more secure, and I'm trying to keep it in that little notch.
Yeah.
You don't want it to pop out, because again, if I squeeze it over here,
now you're gonna have squished your pretty little round bead.
Yeah. And then look at that. It's just it's like a little oval.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's so pretty. And then we can go ahead and trim off this.
And now you're gonna have a memento of your whirlwind trip to Jill Wiseman Designs.
Oh, let's see.
that?
Hopefully it fits me just right. I think it will.
I love it.
Look
at how
pretty.
cute that is. Yeah, love using those buttons as clasps. And then that beautiful color pop right there.
What a great colorway.
So cool.
I'm so excited for you guys to buy all these.
Yeah, and what I'm gonna do is before she leaves, I'm gonna wrestle her arm down, and I'm gonna take a picture of it, and I will post a picture of this for inspiration on my blog. And so if you do go to jillwisemandesigns.com, there is a link there to get to the blog. Right now, the most recent blog post is about the bead garage sale that's happening on the 6th and the 7th, but I will also now add a picture of that project.
Awesome.
All right, so let's move this guy out of the way here. Whoop, see? You can see what I'm using as a stand here, guys. Let me switch cameras.
It's just beautiful.
And we'll get that out of the way, and we'll do this. All right.
I love it. It's so pretty.
Yay. Well, thank you. I mean, I learned multiple things. Like, I didn't know about your crimps being, a little bit different too. So now I totally want to add those to the website.
Right on.
So, she came here to shop, but she's also selling, guys. How about that?
I don't know. It just
Oops.
happens. That's what happens when you've been doing this for as long as I have. I know.
Well, you've got product knowledge that, some of the times it's those little esoteric details that
Yeah.
make such a difference.
Yeah.
Like, who would have thought about the diameter inside the hole on a crimp?
Right.
I mean, the average person doesn't know that.
No, they don't. No. And actually, we ourselves didn't actually know that for some time because you can get 3 Softlex, like I said, 3 Softlex medium diameter in through the sterling silver and the gold filled.
Okay.
And then we sell a blackened, which is actually sterling silver blackened.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of the sterling silver product too. But when you do copper, sometimes it's a little tighter and you can only really get 2.
Oh.
So it's just got a little bit, the way they make it, it's just a little bit thicker on that inside.
Oh, interesting.
And so that's just another tip to know. So sometimes if you're using copper, don't get too frustrated if you can't get that third one in.
Yeah.
Because it's just a little thicker in there.
Yeah.
But it's good for the magical crimping plier. It's really good for practice because it just feels a little different.
Right.
And kind of gets you using it, and then you can move to the softer metals.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wish that I could keep you here for a while.
I know,
because
right?
I'm not really ready to let you go. But
Hopefully I'll be back.
She has this. Yeah, that would be so awesome. And you're welcome here anytime.
Thank you.
Because
yeah,
we've known each other for a long time from bead shows all over the world and that kind of thing, but we've never really spent one-on-one time together until this week.
Yeah, this was the first time.
Yeah. So turns out I like her.
Yeah. Well, let's keep Jill. Let's keep her.
Yeah, we're gonna keep Kristen too. And you guys, so there's so much going on coming up. The other thing that's gonna be happening is the Bead Shopping Network Day.
Yes,
only a couple of
I
weeks
wanted
away.
to say that, and then I totally.
Yeah, exactly. And so both Softlex and Jill Wiseman Designs participates in that, along with a bunch of other companies. And it's something that we've started holding quarterly. We're going to have our fall spring market, or fall market.
Right.
Get the spring out of there.
We're springing into fall.
Yes, we're springing into fall. And that is happening Friday, September 5th. And so you guys started off that day. What time is it that you guys started
I think it's 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Pacific time.
There is a website that is dedicated. We do need to update the website. So
Yes.
I know that that's one of our
goals
checkmark things.
this week.
Yes, we had a meeting about it this week. But yeah, you might want to mark your calendars because there will be 5-6 companies. 6.
Yeah, I think it's 6.
6 companies that are, because now I've got the graphic in my head and there's 6, 3 and 3. 6 of us that do live sales all day long. And so
back to back. Super fun.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Home Shopping Network style. That's
Yes,
kind of the idea.
that was the Bead Shopping Network. We were like,
Yep.
thought we were pretty cool with that.
Yeah, we were like that. That's what it is. I mean, it's really a lot of fun. It's like passing the baton.
Yep.
Shop with us. Then we pass the baton. I think Sam's after us.
Sam's after you. Yep.
And then after Sam is you.
Me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
I pass it to Cassandra.
You pass it to Cassandra.
Yep. So it's really cool, and we all have different merchandise. So you never know what you're going to find.
Right.
And there's a giveaway. So if you are paying attention, there is a special word that each of us will give you during the broadcast. And if you collect all of the words, you can enter into the grand prize drawing.
Super fun.
Yeah. So that's coming up.
Plus, we love a good treasure hunt.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, and it's really dangerous watching everybody else's live too. You guys got me last time.
Did we?
Yeah, yeah. I actually purchased from the Softlex live at.
See,
during
so we're
Bead Shopping
shoppers
Network
as
Day.
well as.
I know a good bead when I see it.
Right. That's great. I didn't know that. That's awesome. I love it.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I wish you guys could have been here in the warehouse with us, but at least we were able to bring you some fun tips on the Softlex and the magical crimping pliers.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll have her back someday soon.
Yeah, that would be great. And in the meantime, you guys can get to come here. So go check out that information too and shop the warehouse like I did. Amazing. I know I've had friends texting me, I had someone text me today, how's it going? And I'm like, I was here for 12 hours yesterday and I'm here now boxing things up. She's like, oh, wow. I'm like, oh, yeah.
This is hardcore bead buying, man.
Definitely a thing.
Yeah. Love it. But don't worry, she's left beads for you guys.
Yes, there's plenty for you. I just scratched the surface. Oh my gosh. I wish I could be here for weeks on end, but you know what? That would be dangerous.
It's so dangerous.
So a weekend is just about enough.
There's a reason why I keep dragging things back to my office from out in the warehouse area, and because I'm a magpie, and I'm like, oh look, that's so pretty. I need to do something with that, and I drag it in my office where it's never seen again. You know. So
Yeah,
we're sweeping out all the cobwebs and all the beads out of all the cubbies. and
Yeah, they're
corners,
doing some
and that's
moving
what's
and
gonna be
shaking
available.
with all of that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, and I will be working on those grab bags for you guys for some of the goodies that we're finding around here too. So
Good
stay
idea.
tuned on those.
Good idea.
All right, you guys.